बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। माई फाइनेंशियल करियर। मुसन्निफ़ बैंक से हमेशा ख़ाइफ रहा है। वो क्लर्क, पैसे और बैंक में हर चीज़ देखकर घबरा जाता है। एक दफ़ा उसकी तनख्वाह $56 बढ़ गई। वो चाहता था कि वो ये रकम बैंक में महफूज कर ले। उसने $56 लिए और बैंक में अकाउंट खुलवाने चला गया। जब वो बैंक में दाखिल हुआ तो उसके औसान ख़ता हो गए। उसने अकाउंटेंट से कहा कि वो मैनेजर से अकेले में मिलना चाहता है। मैनेजर ने समझा कि कोई सुराग रसां है और वो उससे एक निजी कमरे में ले गया। मुसन्निफ़ ने मैनेजर को बताया कि वो सुराग रसां नहीं है और ये कि वो सिर्फ एक अकाउंट खुलवाने आया है। मैनेजर ने सोचा कि वो कोई अमीर आदमी है, लेकिन जब उसे पता चला कि मुसन्निफ़ के पास जमा कराने के लिए सिर्फ $56 हैं तो उसका रवैया सर्द महर हो गया। उसने अकाउंटेंट को आवाज़ दी और कहा कि वो मुसन्निफ़ का बैंक अकाउंट खोले। मुसन्निफ़ ने मुड़ते हुए नोट अकाउंटेंट की तरफ फेंके और उससे कहा कि जितना जल्द मुमकिन हो उसका अकाउंट खोल दें। उसके बाद वो मौजूदा इस्तेमाल के लिए $6 निकलवाना चाहता था, लेकिन अपनी घबराहट में वो चेक पर $56 लिख बैठा। क्लर्क हैरान रह गया और पूछने लगा कि क्या मुसन्निफ़ सारे पैसे बैंक से निकलवाना चाहता है। मुसन्निफ़ ने कोशिश की कि यह जाहिर करे कि वो क्लर्क की बदतमीज़ी की वजह से अपना इरादा बदल चुका है। उसने कहा कि वो अपने सारे पैसे निकलवाना चाहता है और आइंदा कभी अपना पैसा बैंक में जमा नहीं कराएगा। उसने पैसे लिए और बैंक से भाग निकला। सारे क्लर्क उसकी हमाकतों पर हंस रहे थे। मुसन्निफ़ आइंदा कभी किसी बैंक नहीं गया। वो अपने पैसे अपनी पतलून की जेबों में और अपनी जमा पूंजी अपनी जराब में रखता है। The author has always been afraid of bank. He gets nervous on seeing the clerk. His salary was once raised to $56. He wanted to put money in the bank to keep it safe. He took $56 and went to the bank to open an account. When he entered the bank, he was confused. He asked the accountant that he wanted to see him alone. The manager thought he was a detective and took him to a private room. The author told him that he was not a detective and that he had come only to open an account. The manager thought that he must be a very rich man, but when he came to know that the author had to deposit only $56, he was displeased. He called the accountant and asked him to help the writer open his account. The author pushed his crumpled note towards the accountant and asked him to open his account as quickly as possible. He was made to write the amount on the slip and sign his name in the book. After he wanted to draw a check for $6 for his present use, but in his confusion he wrote $56 on the check. The clerk was surprised and asked if the author was withdrawing all his money. The author tried to show that he had changed his mind because of the rudeness of the clerk. He said that he wanted to draw out all his money and would never deposit anything again. The author got his money and rushed out of the bank. All the clerks were laughing at his follies. The author never went to any bank again. He keeps his money in his trousers pockets and his savings in a sock. Word meanings. The clerks rattle me. Rattle means confused. Threshold of a bank. Threshold means doorstep. So I shambled means staggered. Spultural means sorrowful. Prompted means stimulated. Invalid means disabled. Idiot means silly. Ghastly means my face was ghastly, means sickly. Ghastly means sickly. Reckless means rash. Reason means argue. And propose means suggest. Swam means the bank swam before my eyes. Swam means move. I assume. Grave means serious. Can I see the manager? I said and added solemnly, seriously, alone. Yes. The clerks rattle me, yani it confused me. Rattle means confuse. Rattle means confuse. Threshold means doorstep. I shambled, staggered. Spultural means sorrowful. My voice was spultural, sorrowful. as if I had been prompted to lie about it. Prompted means stimulated. Prompted, stimulated. Prompted, stimulated. Shambled means staggered. Prompted means stimulated. Spectral means sorrowful. Threshold means doorstep, and rattle means confusing. Invalid means disabled. Idiot means silly. Ghastly, pale. My face was ghastly means sickly. My face was sickly, pale. Reckless with misery, I made a plunge. Reckless means rash. Reason now. I was too far gone to reason now. Argue. I proposed to propose means suggest. The bank swam. Swam means moved. You are one of Pakistan's men, I presume. I assume. The manager was grave means serious. Solemnly means seriously. Serious and seriously. Rattle me means confuse me. Threshold, the doorstep. Shambled means staggered. Spectral means sorrowful. Prompted means stimulated. 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 Invalid means disabled. Idiot means silly. Ghastly means sickly. Reckless means rash. Reason means argue. Reckless means rash, and reason means argue. I propose means suggest. Swam, move. I presume, assume. Grave means serious, and solemnly means seriously. Spectral means dismal or sorrowful. Spectral means sorrowful or dismal. The manager thought I was a detective spy. Ghastly means ghastly means horribly. Ghastly means sickly or horribly. Sickly or horribly. Ghastly means horribly or sickly. Ghastly, pale. Ghastly. Ghastly means khofnak, terrifying, horrible to the senses. Khofnak. Ghastly means khofnak, horribly. Crumpled ball, folded ball. Transacted, conducted. Transacted means conducted. Detective, spy, a rival, dushman, opponent. Poked means pushed. The writer poked the ball of money at the clerk. Pushed. Convulsive movement, violent movement. The writer talked to the clerk in a vibrating voice, shaking voice. The writer made a wrenched attempt to look like a man with quick temper. Wretched, shameful attempt. Shameful attempt. And a man with quick temper, rash man. The writer's voice sounded spectral. Means dismal, detective, spy. Ghastly means horribly. Cramped means folded. Transacted, conducted. Detective, spy, and a rival, opponent. Poked means the writer poked the ball, pushed the ball. Convulsive movement, poked the ball. Convulsive movement. Violent movement. Convulsive movement. With a quick convulsive movement, violent movement. Vibrating voice, shaking voice, wrenched, shameful. The writer made a wrenched attempt to look like a man with quick temper, rash man. The writer poked the ball of money at the clerk. Poked means pushed, and convulsive means violent. Spectral means dismal, and ghastly means horribly, or ghastly means khofnak. Ghastly means sickly. Khofnak, sickly. Question answers. When does a writer become an irresponsible idiot? The expressions like looked timidly around and shambled in show Leacock's confused state of mind on entering the bank. He says that the moment he crosses the threshold of a bank to transact business there, he becomes an irresponsible idiot. Why did the manager come to think that Leacock had an awful secret to reveal? The manager came to think that Leacock had an awful secret to reveal. From his unusual and secretive manners in the bank, Leacock insisted on seeing the manager alone. Leacock's insistence made the manager feel that he was a detective and an awful secret to reveal, and had an awful secret to reveal. Why did the manager come to think that Leacock had an awful secret to reveal? The manager came to think that Leacock had an awful secret to reveal. From his unusual and secretive manners in the bank, Leacock insisted on seeing the manager alone. In the bank, Leacock insisted on seeing the manager alone. Leacock's insistence, इसरार पर, made the manager feel that he was a detective and had an awful secret to reveal. What was the attitude of the manager towards Leacock on learning that he only wished to deposit $56 in the bank? After all the anticipation and suspense, when the manager finally learned that Leacock had come to deposit only $56, his attitude became cold. He opened the door and called the clerk to help him opening his account. The writer had to leave his office very disgracefully. His attitude became cold. He opened the door and called the clerk to help him opening his account. He opened the door and called the clerk to help him opening his account. He opened the door and called the clerk to help him opening his account. The writer had to leave his office very disgracefully. What other blunders did Leacock commit after leaving the manager's office? After leaving the manager's office, the writer went up to accountant's wicket to open his account. As if in a fit, he got his account opened at last. Then he mistakenly wrote 56 on the check while he wanted to withdraw $6 for present use. Now, to insult his own injuries, he tried to be a quick-tempered person to cover up his another blunder. After his misadventure in the bank, where did Leacock keep his money? In his trousers, cash in his trousers pocket, and his savings in silver dollars in a sock. After his misadventure in the bank, the writer kept his money in cash in his trousers pocket, and his savings in silver dollars in a sock. After his misadventure in the bank, the writer kept his money in cash in his trousers pocket and his savings in silver dollars in a sock. And trousers pocket. Give as many examples to show that Leacock was feeling completely lost in the bank as all the time he was there. Leacock wanted to open an account in the bank. In confusion, he met the manager alone and gave the impression that he was a detective. Then, leaving the manager's room, he stepped into an open safe. Later, he wrote a $56 on the check instead of 6. All these blunders reveal that he was completely lost, and all the time he was in the bank. Stephen P.H. Butler Leacock. खुद ही लिखा है. The manager looked at. Alarm means warning. Echo means resonance. Invalid, disabled. Shambled, staggered. Rattled, confused. Rattled means confused again. Invalid means disabled. Rattled means confused. And spiritual means sorrowful or dismal. Grave means serious. Okay. Next chapter is Hunger and Population Explosion. Anna Mackenzie. भूख का ये मतलब नहीं है कि एक वक्त का खाना या पूरा दिन खाना ना खाया जाए. इसका मतलब है कि कभी पेट भर खाना ना मिले. भूख, खुश्क साली, फसलों की तबाही, कहत या अफरात आबादी का नतीजा हो सकती है. कहत शुरू से ही एक मसला रही है. हत्ता कि कदीम शिकारी भी सर्दियों के महीनों में इससे दो चार होता था. तारीख में अव्वलीन कहत का जिक्र मिस्र के एक फ़िरौन ने किया था. यह हज़रत यूसुफ़ अलैहिस्सलाम के ज़माने में मिस्र और उसके मुज़ाफ़ात में 7 साल कहत पड़ा था. हज़रत यूसुफ़ अलैहिस्सलाम की पैदाइश से लेकर 1800 साल तक यूरोप में औसतन हर 5 साल बाद कहत पड़ा. चीन ने सिर्फ एक सदी में 90 बड़े कहत पड़े. अभी माजी करीब में 1921 से 1922 में पढ़ने वाले लाखों रूसी हलाक हुए. 1 करोड़ लोग 1959 से 1970 के बंगाली कहत में लुकमा अजल बने. 1942 के कहत में 10 लाख लोग जान से गए. 1964 से 1965 का हिंदुस्तानी कहत पिछली सदी का बदतरीन कहत था. कहत की कई वजूहत हो सकती हैं. ये भी हो सकता है कि दस्तयाब खुराक की मिकदार में लोग बहुत ज़्यादा हों. कहत फसलों की तबाही या खुश्क साली की वजह से भी पड़ सकता है. भूख और कहत की सबसे बड़ी वजह अफरात आबादी है। दुनिया की आबादी तेज़ी से बढ़ रही है और इस वक्त तकरीबन 3 अरब है। यानी 2015 तक दुनिया की आबादी 6 अरब से ज़्यादा तक पहुंच चुकी है। लेकिन पसमानदा और तरक्की पजीर ममालिक में शरह पैदाइश मुसलसल बढ़ रही है। इससे भूख और मुसीबतों में इजाफा हुआ है। अफरात आबादी रोकने के लिए तरक्की पजीर ममालिक को शरह पैदाइश को कम करना होगा। सिर्फ इस तरह भूख का मसला हल किया जा सकता है। Hunger does not mean missing one meal or even meals for a whole day. It means never having enough to eat. Hunger may be outcomes of dry reasons, bad crops, famines, or overpopulation. Famine has been a problem since the beginning of time. Even the primitive hunter faced it during the winter months. One of the earliest famines in history was recorded by an Egyptian pharaoh. During the time of Prophet Joseph, Egypt and the surrounding area suffered from famines for 7 years. From the birth of Christ to about 1800, Europe suffered from one famine every 5 years. On the average, China had 90 major famines in 1 century. In the recent past, several million Russians were killed by a famine in 1921 to 1922. 10 million people died in the Bengal famine in 1769 to 1770. 1 million died of famine in 1942. The Indian famine of 1964 to 65 was the worst famine of the last century. Famines are caused by many things. There may be just too many people for the amount of food available. A famine may also occur because of failure of crops or lack of amount of food available. A famine may also occur because of failure of crops or lack of rain. The most serious cause of hunger and famine is overpopulation. The population of the world is increasing rapidly and at present is about 3,000 million. During the next 40 years, it will be doubled. This is really alarming, particularly for underdeveloped countries. Because of better sanitary and medical facilities, death rate has been reduced, but the birth rate is constantly increasing in underdeveloped and poor countries. This has increased hunger and miseries there. In order to check overpopulation, underdeveloped countries must reduce birth rate. Only in this way the problem of hunger can be solved. Achha. Word meanings. After a few slices of bread and butter, you forgot all about those. Hunger pangs. Pangs means pain. Stare means look, and famine means hunger. Starvation means death from lack of food. Scarce. Corn is scarce and food is lacking. Scarce means short. Scarce. Corn is scarce means short. Widespread disaster was only averted means evaded. Averted. Widespread disaster was only evaded. Robin helping with transport of food, robbing the rich to feed the poor, poaching for them. Poaching means stealing for them. In Ceylon or Sri Lanka, for example, the death rate was reduced by 1/3 in 2 years by greatly reducing mortality. The death rate was reduced by 1/3 in 2 years by greatly reducing mortality. Muscles are destroying and bones deformed, D-shaped. Many countries have carried out massive programmers. Massive means great. And paradoxes means opposite points. Fluctuations means changes. Perished means died. Blotches means spots. Cope means handle. Explosion means growth. Epidemic means spreading disease. Explosion means growth. Cope means handle. And blotches means spots. The disease starts as little hard pimples which may join together to make blotches, spots. Perished means died. 9.5 million people perished in a single famine. Perished means died. Perished means तबाह करना, destroyed, destroy or expire. Died. Mortality का मतलब death rate. Deformed, D-shaped. Massive, great. Opposite points यानी paradoxes, fluctuations, changes. Perished means died, and blotches means spots, and cope means handle. explosion, growth, epidemic, spreading disease. Averted means evaded. Averted means averted. Avert means bachna. Avoid by turning away. Avoid, forestall, prevent. Avert. Avert. Averted, evaded. बचना, evaded. Scarce, कमी, short. Starvation, death from lack of food. And famine means hunger. Stare means look, and pangs means pain. Okay. Depressed means gloomy. Depressed means gloomy. Forlorn means traditions and stories. Traditions and stories. Forlorn. Folklore. Lok kahani, traditional, local story, legend, myth and tradition. Lok kahani, folklore, folklore. Traditions and story. Nutrition means nourishment. Disaster means ruin. Plentiful, harvest. Plentiful means plentiful means large. Isolated areas, remote areas. Isolated areas, remote areas. Gigantic, big, huge. Tremendous, big. And explosion means rapid growth. Fraction means part. Abolish means do away with. Abolish means do away with. Abolish war, do away with. Abolish, do away with. Fraction means part. Explosion means rapid growth. Gigantic, big. Tremendous, big. Isolated means remote areas. Plentiful means large. Disaster means ruin. Nutrition means nourishment. Folklore means traditions and stories. And depressed means gloomy. So, short questions. Textbook exercise. Question 1. Okay. Question 1. What does hunger mean on a large scale as viewed by the author? How does Anna Mackenzie define hunger? Hunger on a large scale means a situation in which you never have enough to eat. In such a situation, you are always wondering where the next meal is coming from, or there will be a next meal at all. On a large scale, it also means famine. Hunger on a large scale means a situation in which you never have enough to eat. In such a situation, you are always wondering where the next meal is coming from, or will there be a next meal at all. On large scale, it also means famine. Hunger on a large scale means situation in which you never have enough to eat. In such a situation, you are always wondering where the next meal is coming from, or will there be a next meal at all. On a large scale, it also means famine. Hunger on a large scale means a situation in which you never have enough to eat. In such a situation, you are always wondering where the next meal is coming from, or there will be a next meal. Will there be a next meal at all? On a large scale, it also means famine. On a large scale, it also means famine. Achha, define hunger. Hunger on a large scale means situation. Hunger on a large scale means situation in which you never have enough to eat. In such a situation, you are always wondering where the next meal is coming from, or there will be a next meal at all. On a large scale, it also means famine. Hunger on a large scale means situation in which you never have enough to eat. In such a situation, you are always wondering where the next meal is coming from, or there will be a next meal at all. On a large scale, it also means famine. Hunger also means famine. Hunger on a large scale means famine. It means a situation in which you never have enough to eat. In such a situation, you are always wondering where the next meal is coming from, or will there be a next meal at all. On a large scale, it's also called famine. Hunger. What does famine mean? Describe some of the great famines of the past. बांग्लादेश में आया, इंडिया में आया, एंड चाइना में आया, और कहाँ पे आया? नॉर्थ चाइना, रशिया में भी आया. ठीक है. Famine means hunger at large scale. One of the first records of famine was carved in granite by an Egyptian pharaoh. Carved in granite by an Egyptian pharaoh. 9.5 million people perished in a single famine in North China. 9.5 million. 9.5 million है 10 लाख, 1 मिलियन, अच्छा 9.5 million. 9.5 million people perished in a single famine in North China. The Russian famine in 1921 to 1922 killed several million people. 10 million died in the Great Famine of Bengal in 1967 to 1970. अच्छा 1967 to 1970, 1 million starved to death in Bombay in 1942. India still faced the worst famine of the century in 1964 to 1965. So 1969 to 1970. इजिप्शियन फ़ारो ही उसने ग्रेनाइट के पत्थर के ऊपर पहला फेमाइन को रिकॉर्ड किया था. सेकंड हम कह सकते हैं कहाँ पे है, चाइना. 9.5 million पीपल पेरिश्ड. उसके बाद रशियन फेमाइन, चाइना, नॉर्थ चाइना, फिर रशियन फेमाइन. रशियन फेमाइन इन 1921 to 1922 किल्ड सेवरल मिलियन पीपल. 10 million डाइड इन द ग्रेट फेमाइन ऑफ बंगाल. 10 million लोग इधर बंगाल में फौत हुए ड्यू टू फेमाइन, कहत भूख की वजह से. 1969 to 70, 1 million starved to death in Bombay in 1942. India still faced the worst famine of the century in 1964 to 1965. 1964 से 1965 में इंडिया में आया. 1969 से 1970 में बंगाल में आया. 1921 से 1922 रशिया और 9.5 million चाइना में फौत हो गए. एंड इजिप्शियन फ़ारो ने भी बताया ग्रेनाइट पे ऊपर कार्व करके पहला फेमाइन उसने रिकॉर्ड कराया. फिर 9.5 million पीपल पेरिश्ड इन सिंगल फेमाइन इन नॉर्थ चाइना. द रशियन फेमाइन इन 1921 to 1922 किल्ड सेवरल मिलियन पीपल. फिर बंगाल 1969 to 1970, फिर 1964 to 1965 में इंडिया में आया. इंडिया 1964 to 1965 वर्स्ट फेमाइन ऑफ द सेंचुरी. देन बंगाल 1969 to 1970 एंड 1942 में बॉम्बे में आया. 1 million starved to death in Bombay in 1942. 1 million, 10 lakh starved to death in 1942. India still faced the worst famine of the century in 1964 to 1965. तो 1921 से 1922 रशिया में several million people were died. 10 million died in the Great Famine of Bengal and 1 million starved to death in Bombay in 1942. India still faced the worst famine of century in 1964 to 1965. Famine means hunger at large scale. One of the first records of famine was carved in carved in granite by an Egyptian pharaoh. 9.5 million people perished in a single famine in North China. The Russian famine in 1921 to 1922 killed several million people. 10 million died in the Great Famine of Bengal in 1967 to 1969 to 70. 1 million starved to death in Bombay in 1942. India still faced the worst famine of the century in 1964 to 1965. 64 से 65, 1965, 64 से 1965, 1942 भारत और 1942 बॉम्बे में 1 मिलियन पीपल फौत हो गए. और इंडिया स्टिल फेस द वर्स्ट फेमाइन ऑफ द कंट्री यानी 1964 से 1965. और रशिया में 1921 से 1922 में सेवरल मिलियन. नॉर्थ चाइना में भी आया, उसमें 9.5 मिलियन. और बंगाल में जो आया वो था 1969 to 70, 1969 to 1970. इसमें 10 मिलियन लोग फौत हो गए. हाउ डू फेमाइंस अकर, कैसे होते हैं फेमाइंस? अकर ड्यू टू फॉलोइंग रीजंस: ओवर पॉपुलेशन, फेलियर ऑफ क्रॉप्स ड्यू टू डिजीज, फेलियर ऑफ क्रॉप्स ड्यू टू डिजीज, फेलियर ऑफ क्रॉप्स ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ रेन. फेलियर ऑफ क्रॉप्स 2 मरतबा. और फिर ओवर पॉपुलेशन ड्यू टू रेन और फेलियर ऑफ क्रॉप्स ड्यू टू रेन एंड फेलियर ऑफ क्रॉप्स ड्यू टू डिजीज. What is the main reason for population increase today? The main reason for population increase is the difference between birth rate and the death rate. The death rate has been reduced by the use of scientific advancement, but the birth rate is still very high in most parts of the world. ठीक है. What is meant by birth rate and death rate, and how do they affect the population of a country? अगर death rate ज़्यादा हो जाए और birth rate कम हो जाए तब भी मसला, अगर बर्थ रेट ज़्यादा डेथ रेट कम तब भी मसला है, इनको बराबर में होना चाहिए। बर्थ रेट मीन्स बर्थ रेट मीन्स नंबर ऑफ बर्थ्स पर 1000 population in a year. Birth rate means number of births per 1000 population in a year, and the death rate means number of deaths per 1000 population a year. Number of deaths per 1000 population a year, number of births per 1000 population a year. Number of births per 1000 population a year. Number of births per 1000 population a year. Any death rate means number of deaths per 1000 population a year. The difference between the birth rate and the death rate indicates the population growth or decrease. If the birth rate is higher than the death rate, it means population is increasing rapidly. If the birth rate is higher than the death rate, it means population is increasing rapidly. It means number of births per 1000 population a year. Number of births per 1000 population a year. Number of births per 1000 population a year. Okay. Acha. What have public health measures to do with the increase in population? The great advancement in public health measures has decreased the mortality rate. Conversely, it means now the birth rate has increased quite automatically. In the past, only a few babies grew up. Now 19 out of 20 babies become adults. Thus, the advancement is contributing in the increase of population. Account for the high birth rate in the underdeveloped countries. The high birth rate in the underdeveloped countries is mainly due to the lack of awareness among the people. Moreover, the governments and authorities still have been unable to cultivate a desire in individuals to limit the size of their family. What is the birth rate not so high? Why is the birth rate not so high in more advanced countries? The birth rate is not so high in the more advanced countries because there the decrease in the death rate is followed by a decrease in birth rate. Because there a decrease in death rate is followed by a decrease in birth rate. The decrease in death rate is followed by a decrease in birth rate. Their parents mostly give birth to just 2 children to replace themselves. In such countries, people are educated and they limit the size of the family. The birth rate is not so high in more advanced countries because there the decrease in the death rate is followed by a decrease in birth rate. Achha. Their parents mostly give birth to just 2 children to replace themselves. In such countries, people are educated and they limit the size of the family. Give a brief account of the poor economic conditions that prevailing in the underdeveloped countries. What does an underdeveloped country lack or is characterized by? Which countries can be called underdeveloped? An underdeveloped country is characterized by poverty. It lacks factories of its own. It usually has poor roads and railways. Hospitals, schools and colleges are very few. Most people are illiterate. The goods it exports are nearly always raw material. एक और रह गया था सवाल, कॉलेज डीन वाला था वो, फाइनेंशियल डिस्ट्रॉइंग बुक्स एंड ये वाले. What is the role of the college dean? The role of a college dean is the same as that of a physician. The problem that he faces calls for the same diagnostic ability of the physicians. The writer says if the dean can save boys from failure through foolishness, sickness and sin, he is doing the part of the job. ठीक है. Tremendous means huge and averted means prevented. Averted, evaded और prevented. बचना, prevented, prevent करना. Femininity in the Chinese woman. Femininity का मतलब womanliness. And tremendous means huge, great. Explosion means rapid growth. फर्स्ट ईयर एट हैरो. विंस्टन चर्चिल अपने तालीमी ज़माने में और हीरो स्कूल में दाखिले का जिक्र करता है. हैरो स्कूल में दाखिले का जिक्र करता है। वो कहता है कि वो इम्तिहानात में कभी अच्छी कारकर्दगी नहीं दिखा पाया। ये इम्तिहानात हमेशा उसके लिए एक कड़ी आजमाइश होते थे। चर्चिल शिकवा करता है कि मुमतहिन हजरात ने मजमून नवीसी, शायरी और तारीख जैसे उसके पसंदीदा मज़ामीन में से कभी उसे का इम्तिहान नहीं लिया। वो रियाजी और लातीनी में से उसका इम्तिहान लेते थे जिन्हें वो बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं करता था। मुमतहिन हमेशा उससे वो कुछ पूछना चाहता है जो उसे नहीं आता था। वो चाहता था कि उससे वो पूछा जाए जो उससे आता है। वो हैरो में दाखिले के इम्तिहान में बुरी तरह नाकाम हो गया। यह इम्तिहान लातीनी में था और वो एक सवाल का जवाब भी नहीं दे पाया। फिर भी हेडमास्टर ने उसे स्कूल के सबसे निचले दर्जे में दाखिल कर लिया। उससे बाकी कुंद जहन लड़कों के साथ सिर्फ अंग्रेज़ी पढ़ाई गई। उन कुंद जहन लड़कों को लातीनी और यूनानी पढ़ने की इजाज़त नहीं थी। अंग्रेज़ी का उस्ताद बहुत मेहनती और काबिल शख्स था। उसने ज़बान तज्ज़िये के तरीक़ाकार के तहत पढ़ाई और अपने तलबा को मजबूर किया कि वो मुशक्क़तें रोज़ाना दोहराएं। इस अमल से चर्चिल अंग्रेज़ी में बहुत बेहतर हो गया। अमली ज़िंदगी में ये बात बहुत फ़ायदेमंद साबित हुई। चर्चिल को उन होशियार लड़कों पर सबकत हासिल होगी जो लातीनी और यूनानी पढ़ते थे। चर्चिल चाहता था कि तमाम बच्चे अंग्रेज़ी सीखें और अगर उन्हें अंग्रेज़ी ना आए तो वो चाहता था कि वो उन्हें खूब कोड़े लगाए। Churchill describes his educational career and admission to Harrow. He says that he never did well in examinations. They were always a trial for him. Churchill complains that the examiners never examined him in the subjects of his liking, like history, poetry, and essay writing. They sought to examine him in Latin and mathematics, which he liked least. The examiners failed miserably The examiners always wanted to ask what he did not know. He would have liked to be asked what he knew. He failed miserably in the admission test for Harrow. The test was in Latin and he could not answer a single question, yet the headmaster admitted him to the lowest division. He was taught only English along with other dull boys. The dull boys were not allowed to study Latin and Greek. The English teacher was very hardworking and capable man. He taught language by the method of analysis and forced his student to repeat the exercises daily. By this method, Churchill became proficient in English. This proved very valuable in practical life. He had a great advantage over those clever boys who studied Latin and Greek. Churchill wants all boys to learn English. He would whip them hard for not knowing English. I had scarcely passed inhospitable regions of examination. Inhospitable, uninviting, destined to journey, doomed to journey, trial, difficulty, invariably, always. I fancied, like, partial, fond of, prevailed, dominated, exposed, show, sought, tried, disconcernment, understanding, reflection means consideration, incidentally, by chance, and smudges, marks, gazed means looked, spectacle, sight, spectacle means sight, ushers, attendance, slender means small, ushers, attendants, spectacle, sight, gazed means looked, and smudges means marks. Incidentally, by chance, reflection means consideration, sought means tried, disconcernment means understanding, and prevailed means dominated. Exposed means show, and fancied means like, partial means fond of, invariably, always, trial, difficulty, destined, doomed, and inhospitable regions of examinations, inhospitable, uninviting. Scarcely means hardly. Scarcely, hardly, inhospitable means uninviting, destined means doomed, destined to journey. I was destined. Usher means nigran. Slender, मामूली, consequence, नतीजा, sphere, दायरा, unpretentious, गैर अहम, dunce, अहमक, disregarded, तत्कारा हुआ, parsing, analyzing, grammatical structure, analysis, एनालिसिस, तज्जिया, ड्रिल, पिथी, एपीग्राम, मकूला, बाइस्ट, तासुब, विप, सजा देना, डिसकंसर्नमेंट, अक्लमंदी, रेलिवेंट, स्मज, धब्बे, रेलिवेंट, मुतालिका, स्ट्रक्चर, ढांचा, ट्री, दावत, स्कार्सली, बमुश्किल, हार्डली, बेरली, इनहॉस्पिटल, नाम, मेहरबान, इनवेरिएबली, हमेशा, फैंसी, पसंद करना, पार्शल, तासुब, हिमायत, डिस्प्ले, दिखाना, मुजाहिर करना, एक्सपोज, ब्रॉड माइंडेड, वसी नज़र, रिमार्केबल, नुमाया, रिफ्लेक्शन, सोच, इंसिडेंटली, इत्तफाक से। अच्छा दोबारा, स्कार्सली, हार्डली, इनहॉस्पिटेबल, जो सा uninviting, destined means doomed, and trial means difficulty. Trial means difficulty. Invariably means always. The subjects which were dearest to the examiners were almost invariably always. I fancied, least means liked. Partial, fond of, prevailed, dominated. Partial means fond of. The examiners were partial to Latin and mathematics. Partial, fond. Partial है यहाँ पर. Partial. Partial means हिमायत. Partial means हिमायत, biased. एक तरफा होना, तासुब, हिमायत करना. The examiners were partial to Latin and mathematics, fond of, and their will prevailed, dominate कर जाती थी उनकी will. Expose my ignorance, show my ignorance, sought, tried, disconcernment, understanding, reflection, consideration, incidentally, by chance, smudges, marks, and gazed means looked, spectacle, sight, ushers, attendants, slender, small. Mr. Weldon drew the conclusion that I was worthy to pass into Harrow. Worthy, I was able. It was very much to his credit, honor. It was very much to his credit, honor. Mr. Weldon was a man not dependent upon manifestation. Dependent, reliant. Manifestation means expression. Sphere means a range, sphere of letter, range of letter. I gain no more advantage from the alphabet than from the wider sphere of letter, range of letters. I continued in this unpretentious situation for nearly a year, unpretentious situation. Unpretentious, गैर अहम, free from ostentation or affection, humble, modest, unaffected. Unpretentious, गैर अहम. I gained an unpretentious, unassuming या फिर गैर अहम situation for nearly a year. I gained an immense advantage over the clever boys. Immense, great. Dunces means fool. That we could learn only English. We were considered such dunces, fool. Splendid, glorious. Mr. Somerville was delightful man, intelligent man. My debt is great. My debt yani my loan. We learnt English, parsing thoroughly. Analysis. Mr. Somerville took a fairly long sentences. Quite काफ़ी लंबे sentences. It was kind of a drill exercise. Pithy Greek epigrams. The talented students won prizes and distinction for writing pithy यानी compact Greek epigrams. Epigrams क्या होता है? Epigram, makula, maxim, proverb, song. अच्छा. The talented students won prizes and distinction for writing pithy यानी compact epigrams, proverbs, compact proverbs. I am biased, partial. Naturally, I am biased in favor of boys learning English. Biased, partial. I would let the clever ones learn Latin as honor and the Greek as a treat. Latin as honor and Greek as treat. Gift. I did not feel myself at any disadvantage, loss. Treat, gift. Biased, हिमायत करना यानी partial. Epigrams इनको कहते हैं. Proverbs, pithy का मतलब compact, drill, exercise, fairly, quite, parsing, thoroughly. We learned analysis और depth, lone, delightful का मतलब Mr. was a delightful, intelligent was a delightful man. Delightful लिखा है यहाँ पे, delightful, delightful. Disconcernment, अक्लमंद, अक्लमंदी, delightful. Delightful man मतलब intelligent man. Splendid, glorious. Splendid means glorious. Dunce is fool. Immense, huge or great. Unpretentious means I continued in this unpretentious. गैर अहम, unassuming. गैर अहम, unassuming. Sphere means range. Manifestation, manifestation. Mr. Weldon was a man not depending upon the paper. Manifestation, paper की जो expression है वो. Dependent, reliant. It was his credit का मतलब honor, credit. It was very much to his credit, honor. Worthy का मतलब, worthy का मतलब able, worthy का मतलब able. अच्छा. Short questions. अच्छा ये भी है. I would whip them hard for not learning English. Punish them. और conclusion का मतलब result. गेंड का मतलब अचीव करना. ब्रॉड माइंडेड का मतलब वसी नज़र यानी लिबरल. आई लर्न इट थॉरोली, मुकम्मल तौर पर, कम्प्लीटली. पार्शल टू यानी हिमायत में होना. लाइक, बाइस्ड होना. एक्सपोज का मतलब शो करना. ओके. नॉट द राइटर सेज दैट एग्जामिनर्स आस्क क्वेश्चंस विच स्टूडेंट्स कैन नॉट आंसर and not those which they can answer. Is the complaint just? As far as Churchill is concerned, his complaint is just. In his case, the examiners almost invariably हमेशा asked the questions to which he was unable to suggest a satisfactory answer. Through those questions, the examiners tried to expose his ignorance. ठीक है, उसकी हम ignorance को try to expose his ignorance. What sort of questions are asked by your examiners? The questions asked by our examiners are usually those which we cannot answer. The examiners almost everywhere in the world try to ask students with such questions as may expose students' ignorance. That may expose students' ignorance. They do not ask what the students know, but ask them what they do not know. Why didn't Churchill do well in examination? Churchill was afraid of examinations. He didn't do well in them because the subjects which were dearest to the examiners were almost invariably those which he fancied least. Were almost invariably हमेशा वही होते थे जिसको कम पसंद करता था. Fancied least, which he fancied least. Fancy का मतलब पसंद करना. Take pleasure in, want, like, wish. Which he fancied least were almost invariably those which he fancied least. The examiner almost invariably asked those questions to which he was unable to suggest a satisfactory answer. हमेशा तकरीबन वही सवाल पूछे जाते थे जिनका सही तरह जवाब नहीं दे सकता था वो. Unable to give a satisfactory answers. How did Churchill perform in his entrance examination to Harrow? उसको कोई भी नहीं सवाल आता था, उसने पहले नंबर 1 लिखा, फिर उसके इर्द गिर्द ब्रैकेट्स लगा दी. Later he put a bracket around it as 1, but thereafter he could not think of anything relevant to the answer. सवाल के कुछ relevant answer नहीं उसको मिल रहा था. कोई सवाल नहीं उसको. Churchill performed very badly in his entrance examination to Harrow. He could not answer a single question in the Latin paper. He wrote his name at the top of the page and then the number of the question 1. Later he put a bracket around it as 1, but thereafter he could not think of anything relevant to the answer. Churchill was taught English at Harrow and not Latin and Greek. Was it a gain or loss? Yes, it was a gain. कि इंग्लिश ही उसको पढ़ाएगी क्योंकि उसके ख्याल में कि अगर नेटिव लैंग्वेज के अलावा अगर कोई और लैंग्वेज सीखी जाए तो उसका फ़ायदा नहीं. सबसे पहले अपनी नेटिव लैंग्वेज के ऊपर आपको अबूर हासिल होना चाहिए. वो ये कह रहा है. Churchill's 3 years long stay at Harrow did him a great advantage. He learned English thoroughly, which he calls a noble thing. His school fellows who studied Latin and Greek had ultimately had to learn English to learn their living. So Churchill benefited a lot from his long stay at Harrow. ठीक है. In after years, how did the knowledge of English stand Churchill to a good stead? Why did Churchill not feel himself at any disadvantage after his 3 years stay in the lowest form? Churchill found the knowledge of English much helpful in his practical life. A thorough knowledge of his national language helped him earn his livelihood and make his way in his life. Students who studied Latin and Greek and splendid things like that had to learn English ultimately to earn their living. Thus, Churchill gained much advantage from learning English. Application or criticism of Churchill's views in regard to the study of Latin and Greek and English and their value of in earning a living. Why does the writer prefer English to Latin and Greek? Churchill is absolutely right in saying that national language must be learned first and any foreign language second. If one doesn't have sufficient knowledge of one's national identity, national language, learning foreign language may not be of any value. Moreover, to earn livelihood and make way in life, one must have thorough knowledge of one's national language. अच्छा, ये आ गया ऑब्जेक्टिव. द एग्जामिनर्स वर पार्शल यानी हिमायत करते थे, लाइक्ड हिमायत करते थे. बाइस दीज एग्जामिनर वर ट्रायल यानी चैलेंज. ट्रायल का मतलब टेस्ट. पार्सिंग थॉरोली एनालिसिस के जरिए से. दे लर्न द इंग्लिश ग्रामर. पार्सिंग थॉरोली. डिस्क्राइबिंग ग्रामेटिकली. द सब्जेक्ट्स द एग्जामिनर्स लाइक्ड वर इनवेरिएबली दोज द राइटर फैंसीड लीस्ट. फैंसीड का मतलब कम पसंद करता था. लाइक्ड हाँ जी. The writer fancied least. The headmaster was not dependent on the paper. Many presentation shows. अच्छा. Splendid things, glorious things, ushers, attendants. Partial का मतलब fond of. Credit का मतलब praise. Unpretentious situation. गैर अहम. Unassuming. Slender का मतलब thin नहीं. इसका मतलब great. Slender. It was from these slender indications of scholarship that it was from these. Cylinder का मतलब cylinder का मतलब है small. Slender indications of scholarship small. Slender यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? Slender मामूली. Limited or inadequate in amount. Slight, meager, small और poor. मामूली यहाँ पे क्या है? मामूली. Cylinder great तो नहीं है. मामूली. Good, thin, slender indication. I was from these slender indications of scholarship that I was given admission in Harrow. Slender means मामूली, slight, meager, small और poor. Great नहीं, small हो सकता है. Slight, meager, small और poor. Limited or inadequate in amount. Slender means मामूली. Means great, thin, poor. अच्छा. रिफ्लेक्शन. आफ्टर मच रिफ्लेक्शन आई पुट अ ब्रैकेट अराउंड इट. उसके ऊपर सोच विचार करके उसके ऊपर उस नंबर 1 जो उसने सवाल लिखा था उसके जगह उसने काफ़ी सोच के ब्रैकेट्स लगा दी. चर्चिल कंटिन्यूड इन द अनप्रिटेंशियस सिचुएशन फॉर अ ईयर. साल तक इस ऑर्डिनरी सी सिचुएशन में रहा, गैर अहम सी सिचुएशन में. मर्सीफुल अशर्स कलेक्टेड माई पीस ऑफ फूल्स कैप. पेपर. Attendant कर रहा हूँ पर. The writer put a blot and a few smudges on the paper. उसने smudges marks लगा दिए, dirty marks. These examinations were great trial to me. Trial का मतलब challenge यानी हाँ जी. The headmaster vowed disconcernment in judging his general ability. Disconcernment, wisdom. Disconcernment. ठीक है.